We've got some boxes and packing material ready to go to help transport the castle, and just my luck, it just started to rain. The goal for today is to get the last remaining sets I have in the old closet slash studio in here to my new place, as well as this stuff over here in the corner, which is just some peripheral Lego stuff that I couldn't get on the first trip. And while I was going through some of my stuff, I found or rediscovered my collection of old Lego magazines, club magazines, there's comics and catalogs in here. I think they date back, this one's a little newer, 2018, but they date back all the way to like 2010, 2009, I want to say. There's this old Harry Potter set on there, some of these comics from the Yoda Chronicles, and even I found this poster when they first started Lego Minecraft. Build your own Lego Minecraft world. It's actually got some really cool builds on it. I'm not into Lego Minecraft at all, mind you, but yeah, I thought this was a cool little poster I found buried in there. So I'll have to look that up. Some fun finds. We got the new IKEA Calyx units, and this is now the final state, at least for now, as in the next year or so, of the Bricklink store. So this whole wall is now covered with the Acro Mills units. We can fit, I think, 9 more on that side additionally, as well as we have the cups running the whole length of the Calyx units, and then there's more space to put other, whether it's packing stuff or more sorted brick on the bottom. And then over on this side, we moved all of those bookcases and all the boxes over there now. So there's a little bit more storage there. There's some sorting bins and other things on there. And then we have room for several more Acro Mills units over there. So that is the Bricklink store. The closet is also looking a whole lot nicer, as I showed before. Everything's just much more organized and easier to access. The whole room is a lot more open. I took out the table that was sitting here. I replaced the larger table that was over in this corner with a smaller table. So again, it's easier to access the corners over there. Crowdfunding for Series 2 of the Bricklink Designer Program started this morning, and it's been a couple hours. None of them had sold out yet, which doesn't really surprise me. I'm honestly not as interested in this series as the last two before. I think the last two series, I bought every single one of the sets. I resold some of them. The only thing I'm really interested in possibly is this train just for myself. I mean, it looks kind of cool to me. I'm enjoying the bridge build for some reason. The two most popular ones I could tell even before crowdfunding started just from comments online are the mushroom house here, just because it's kind of a creative build, and then the train station because it fits in with modulars, and you know, everyone has modulars in their city. So I could end up picking up the train station and a mushroom house, but I'm just not sure. I'm waiting to see whether or not these are gonna sell out. I'm not super hyped about this round, but I'm definitely more interested in some of the next series, like I'm definitely more interested in like Series 3. The Harbor Master's office looks pretty cool to me. And maybe the Forest Stronghold, that will probably sell out very quickly because all the castles do consistently. And then Series 4, honestly, I'm not too excited about Series 4 either, but I didn't mean this to be a tangent into all the Bricklink Designer Program series. I just thought I'd mention that because I was watching it this morning since it came live. But now I need to run over to Joe's shop to see about packing up the castle. His shop is open right now, so obviously he'll be there, but I don't know how that's going to work, packing up the castle while the shop is open, or if I'm going to have to do that tomorrow morning or maybe after close today, but we'll see how it goes. We've got some boxes and packing material ready to go to help transport the castle, and just my luck, it just started to rain. Hopefully that stops because it'll be a little difficult to get the castle out just because I have lights and stuff in it. I don't want to get wet. So hopefully it'll stop up here somewhere in the next couple hours so I can have a moment to get the castle out to the car. With a little bit of assistance from Joe, I was able to pack up the castle and it only took about half an hour thanks to its modularity. It's been at Madhouse for about 6 months now, and so it's kind of sad to see it go. But I heard from quite a few people that seeing it at the store, they were inspired to build their own castles, which makes me incredibly happy. In fact, Joe told me having the display in the corner inspired him and some friends to work on their own MOC. And I'm actually going to be leaving the table here so that other people can display their creations down the road. So the entire castle is in this corner here right now. I'm really glad I decided to build it modularly so everything comes apart and it goes into these boxes. I'm going to have to get some more boxes for these other sections that are sitting over here. But it'll make it really easy to transport. So in here I've got the stuff that I got from Joe to try to sell at the garage sale at Brickworld Chicago. So we have an employee set over here. This was an exclusive set. It's kind of a boring one, but I mean, there's still only like 5,000 to 10,000 of these made, so it's still a pretty rare set, but it's friends, so nothing too exciting or crazy. And excuse me, I think I'm starting to get sick because I'm losing my voice. The coolest thing I got from Joe's to try to sell at Brickworld is this Ninjago. Sorry, it's hard to see with the glare. The lighting's terrible in here. But this Ninjago store display. And I guess the set numbers are right there. I'm not too familiar with Ninjago. I just think it's cool to have a store display because you don't see them all the time. So there's a pretty neat dragon in there. I don't know what year these sets are from, but I can't imagine they're too old. And then I also have a ton of these dimension sets over here. So we'll try to get rid of some of these for him. Nothing too crazy. The dimension sets are, yeah, kind of boring, but got a ton of those, so there'll be good prices at Brickworld. I just packed up my first Bricklink order with the new setup of drawers over there. It is a lot easier to access a lot of those drawers. This order, it's 520 parts, is really reminded me of Naboo with all of the tan and green in it, though the bright green is kind of throwing me, or sorry, not bright green, that's neon green, or not neon, lime green. Excuse me, man, I can't get my Lego colors right, I should know that. But all the lime green is kind of throwing me, making me think maybe this is a city build, especially with all the stickers and stuff. It's kind of fun sometimes to try to figure out, what people are maybe building based on the parts they order. I went over to Joe's shop one more time to take over this bin of minifigures and minifigure parts and kind of complete some of the minifigures I had got from that used lot. Most importantly, I had these Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom torsos from the original Temple of Doom set, which are very valuable figures, like $30, $40, $50 figures. And I got what I was missing, two of the heads for oh, I'm blanking on that guy's name. The main like head honcho, and one of his side minions there. So it was cool to get those. And then he also gave me this brain piece, which is a really random piece from like an Agents set, I believe, from like 2015, I want to say, to 2017 or something like that. Maybe a little bit earlier. Anyways, this piece alone with this brain print on it is worth like $25 used, which to me is just crazy. I can't imagine spending $25 on a part like that, but at the same time, I wouldn't really use that for my builds. I know some people, like one of my friends, Pine Cone Eagle Man, who builds a lot of really cool mechs, would totally use a piece like that in his mech builds. But personally, that's not something I would use. And I don't even think he would spend $25 for a little part like this. But hey, I think I've bought more expensive minifigures and probably just as expensive parts that I really needed for something specific. So that's a cool part to have. It's going to go in the Bricklink store. Alrighty, you got the van all loaded up. The castle's in here, and almost every set that was on display except for one. So pretty much everything is in here now and we're good to go. And we are home. It still feels kind of funny to say that, but I got everything in from the van. It's starting to look like someone's actually moving in here. There's stuff everywhere and boxes. Lots of stuff to work through. Still need to get chairs in here. Sofa's coming in a week or two. I have the castle. Well, most of the castle is over here in this corner. I'm probably going to have to make a video kind of showing how to put this together just for the guy who purchased it, so there aren't any issues after we move that. I'm going to be taking that to him in a couple weeks from now. Then we'll head over here into the Lego room. Got a lot of the Lego from the car in here. It looks just as chaotic as out there, if not even more. Lots of stuff to organize, lots of sets everywhere, and then a ton of parts in the closet. So this is where I'm going to be storing all of my parts for building. I'm really going to try to use the verticality I have in here from floor to ceiling. I'm still thinking about what I want to use for that, whether I'm going to stack something like Alex drawers or if I'm going to use these clear bins or something else. So I still have to figure that out. The main build table is going to be over here in this standing desk, and then I'll just be going over there to retrieve most of my parts. But that's going to be about it for this week's vlog, guys. Or I should say, it's not a full week, but the last few days. That's going to be about it for this vlog. I obviously have to tackle a lot of the stuff that's in here, and it's getting pretty late. But be sure to tune in next time. I'm going to be updating, obviously, the studio, but even more exciting, at least to me, Brickworld Chicago is next week, so there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover next week, including selling some of the stuff at the garage sale, seeing some cool mocks, hanging out with some pretty cool Lego friends. So I'll see you on the next one.